He reminds me of a teenage boy half the time.
Gail's not really being fair to me.
I don't know who gave you your mortgage, but they were fools.
Right, I want to save up for a couple of years to own something I could have now.
Don't even start with me!
You're a gym teacher, run faster. I'm still tolerating you, even though you gambled away all my money. I just want Guy to help.
Money, 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 money.
My name is Guy. I'm 29 years old, and I am a physical education teacher.
My name's Julia. I am 30 years old. I work as a teacher. Guy and I have been married 5 years. We have one child who is a year old.
We got our house reappraised and used that extra money to pay down debts.
Within months, we're almost back at square one. A lot of the money goes to Guy's sports. Volleyball, 2 basketball leagues, a hockey league. He plays golf, drinks out afterwards.
If it were up to me, I would go out every night for some wings and drinks with my friends. I think she does have bad spending habits because she doesn't spend.
Somebody's got to be smart about the money. Every month, we're getting further in debt instead of getting out of it.
I don't think it's a serious situation. I think I'm a little more realistic about it than Julia. I also don't believe that we need a huge chunk in a savings account just sitting somewhere. We'll always have access to the credit card or the credit line.
When I first had the baby, we decided that Guy would take care of the finances, which turned out to be a huge mistake because that's when he started gambling.
It turned into more of an addiction.
He was pulling money off credit cards, getting cash advances.
I'm all in.
It would be something I would do after she goes to bed. I think we've kind of come back to the point where the trust is there.
I'm extremely angry and I've lost my trust in him. You know, it's hard to have that intimacy that we had before when we're constantly arguing and I'm being the mother figure to him.
Didn't ruin it.
Yeah, you did, because you did exactly what I told you not to do.
I think Gail will have to work very hard in finding something that will make me change my viewpoints.
He's showing me that the sports, going out with friends, are more important than us. I mean, it definitely hurts. It definitely hurts.
This month, I'll help this couple move from red to black. I've been solving money problems for over 20 years, tackling everything from high finance to low income. I help people understand money and debt, which is still a huge mystery for most folks. And it's the #1 reason couples split up. So now I'm making house calls. Guy and Julia can't agree on how to deal with their debt or their income. Julia wants to pay off the debt and plan for the future. Meanwhile, Guy thinks I'm here to cut him some slack. I'm more likely to hit him with a 2x4. Gail Voss-Oxlade.
Hi, Julia.
Nice to meet you.
Guy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Guy. First thing I'd like to do is just drop my back and have a quick look around.
Come on in.
Great. Is this couch paid for? You put it on your credit card.
Yes.
He does. No, you don't have.
Well,
a credit
our
card.
sorry.
Tell me.
Credit card's only in my name
Why?
because he can't be trusted with a credit card.
Ah, interesting. Oh, nice brown leather furniture. Is this all paid for?
Yeah.
Compared to some of the houses I've been in, this is not a lot of clothes for a baby girl. Who does primary childcare?
Definitely me.
Whatever. It's pretty equal.
This is not a lot of clothes. Which makes me wonder where he's spending all the money. You fundamentally disagree on just about everything that has to do with money.
I think if you try to live the way Julia wants to live, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work to live within your means?
No.
I just don't know what to say.
Neither do I. It's nice to see in a way that I'm not crazy and that Gail agrees that, you know, it's out of control.
I don't see the debt increasing.
Hold on a second. In the last 6 months, how much of your debt have you paid off?
Zero. It's gotten bigger.
Okay.
He'll tell
When
you
I was
that.
in control of the funds, it wasn't growing.
When you were in control of the funds, you were gambling. You spent $9,000 in 6 months.
I did want to tell Gail just to lighten up a bit. You do need to have some enjoyment in your life. It's not all work and work and more work, right?
How much debt is too much debt? Guy, I want to know when you hit enough.
Right.
$63,000 worth of consumer debt. It's hidden in the mortgage, but it's still consumer debt. If we see interest rates go up even 2%, that's when you lose your house. And all the shoes and the golf games won't make a scrap of difference because you won't have a place to live.
When I saw Gail's numbers, I thought they were wrong. I just kind of told myself not to worry about it.
You don't have very much left on your student loans.
It doesn't change our lifestyle making minimum payments.
By the time you get this debt paid off, you will have doubled the cost of your education. That's $20,000 you just gave the bank.
It just makes me feel sick. It's just like throwing money away.
Right now, you are spending 57% of your income on housing. It should not be more than 35%. With a minimal amount of maintenance, you're up to 62%. The reality is, nobody can afford to spend 60% of their income on housing and have a life. This is what you are averaging every single month in the life category. Everything from entertainment to clothes to booze to sports. This is your shopping. $3,000 a month. Tell me again how much you net, Guy? Less than that.
Less than that? I don't see anything on that list that shouldn't be.
Every month you spend $2,900 more than you make. And if you keep it up in 5 years, you will be over $600,000 in debt. And is that enough?
I don't see how we're doing it though.
Numbers clearly in front of him on a screen. What can you argue with? But he could find things to argue with. So that's really frustrating.
So are you prepared to do anything I ask over the next few weeks to get from where you are now to where you really need to be safe?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't believe you.
I want you to be realistic as
You
well.
want me to be realistic?
Yes.
Really?
I hope that he feels guilty enough to want to make a change.
This month, we have to get your spending in check. We have to get you on a real debt repayment plan. And we have to get you people to start behaving like grown-ups and not like kids on summer vacation.
Fair.
You are going to go get me your credit cards and your debit cards because you're going to learn to live on cash. Teachers Guy and Julia are over $60,000 in debt.
Guy thinks, oh, we have a credit card with $10,000 balance? That's our money. We can go and spend that.
Guy's irresponsible spending habits have me gobsmacked. You're going to be behind the 8 ball for the next 20 years. Is that enough debt yet?
Julia values a debt-free life. I value an active social life. It's just not going to change.
Time to get real. For the next month, this couple will learn to live on a strict cash budget. No more credit cards. They'll complete weekly challenges to tackle their money and relationship issues. And if they're willing to change, I will reward them with thousands of dollars to pay down their debt. No changes, no money. Give me your plastic. I'm cutting your budget by 62%. This is your variable spending. Okay? You're going from spending about $2,900 a month down to $1,100 a month. And it plays out like this. You will have $137 a week for food and personal care. You will have $55 a week for transportation. This is the entertainment jar, $25 a week.
For both of us?
For the family.
All three of us.
Clothing and gifts, you don't care, $25. And other, this is everything from pets to medical costs, $28.75 a week.
I'm not a fan of the other jar that needs to be put away just because. I've never been a fan of that idea, but I will jump through those hoops and play along.
This week's challenge is a life lesson challenge. And so this week, your challenge will be to figure out the money. Guy's never going to believe the numbers until he works through them himself. I've sent them a budget management worksheet with protected categories, plus the equivalent of their income in Gail dollars, so they can figure out their own budget. As a contract teacher, Julia doesn't get a salary over the summer or any health benefits. So I've asked them to save for a summer fund.
I don't think we need to save $1,700 a month for that summer fund. I think we bite the bullet for the summer take on a little more debt and
Then you're missing the
survive.
whole point of this
Well, no,
whole
because
exercise. This is why we're where we are, because
No.
there's always a reason not to pay it off. We're gonna have to step up and make more money.
summer jobs, yeah, I realize that. But in the meantime, this budget is not going to work until the summertime. Debt repayment is the most unrealistic part. There are things on that list that are more important than the debt repayment. Do I pay double for my debt over 20 years so that I can have an extra 8 hours at the end of every day and weekends off with my daughter? My daughter's more important than the amount of money that we have sitting in our bank account at any time.
So you're just going to say, we're not going to do this?
How was the week?
The budget was an eye-opener.
Oh, really? You mean this budget? How did you come up with $1,750?
We took what we pay weekly and multiplied it by 4.
Really? Because there are only 48 weeks in the year.
Yeah.
We need to multiply it by 52.
Yes.
So you're off here by about $150. And interestingly, you have absolutely nothing in your budget for the baby. Because the baby's never going to need clothes. The baby's never going to need toys.
Well, we thought that the clothes section would be enough to cover the 3 of us.
$50 a month is not a lot of clothing. When you make a budget, you have to be realistic.
Okay.
Gail was very nitpicky with our budget. Some of the things we thought we could go easy on, she's not okay with.
Your budget is underfunded by $2,000 a month. Redo the budget so you incorporate the stuff
Everything.
that needs to be incorporated. I'm not convinced that Guy is ready to change his spots. Guy and Julia's situation isn't that unusual. So what should you do if you're trying to clean up a financial mess and your partner just won't cooperate? You'll have to do what I suggested Julia do. Protect yourself by separating your finances. I think it's really important that you put up a protective shield so that your finances are separate from your partner's finances. You divvy it up so that you know you're well protected and he gets all the superfluous expenses and he can bugger them up all he wants. That's what you do.
I like it.
We don't need it.
This week is your Budget Booster Challenge. You are going to rebalance this and figure out how to make more money so that this number at the bottom is at 0. You're going to come up with a way to have a great time on your $100 a month for entertainment all summer long. And Guy, you are going to come up with a debt repayment plan that has you completely consumer and student loan debt-free within a year.
I don't see how that's going to happen. Are you kidding me?
Julia plays mommy with the money and with her marriage. If you mother him forever, you are going to have a child on your hands forever.
I value an active lifestyle. It just makes more sense to have that rather than to have a big chunk of money in your bank.
He gambled away $9,000 and now gambling's been banned. I've challenged him to create a 1-year debt repayment plan while Julia comes up with a list of family activities that fall within their budget.
It's unfortunate we bought a cheap kite. This kite never really stood a chance.
I'm upset that you didn't like it.
It's fun trying. It's also frustrating.
While Guy tries to come up with a debt repayment plan, he proves not much has changed.
Well, he wasn't supposed to play poker again. But he always has some kind of excuse for why it's a special reason.
I fold. She's not ecstatic about it. I just explained to her that I was a couple friends that I haven't seen in a while that I'd like to have a night out with, and if it's through a poker game, then so be it. I'm all in.
I just wonder when the next occasion's going to come up that he feels is outside the box.
I think Gail would agree if I'm taking money from the entertainment jar and using only that money. I think it's very reasonable, for sure.
Gambling isn't the only thing Guy is being deceitful about. He also has a problem with receipt deceit.
Did you get a receipt from the gas?
That didn't have any ribbon.
No,
gas.
I don't believe that for a second.
Well-
Look at me with a straight face and tell me there was no ribbon.
I don't have to. You should just trust me.
Look at me and tell me there was no ribbon.
There was no ribbon.
Didn't have any ribbon at the beer store, the
Oh,
gas
I
station,
already used that excuse?
or the restaurant. This is the problem.
Well, you need to trust me. This is also part of the challenge, because that will be challenging for you.
What happened?
He was taking money out of jars for no real reason. Didn't get receipts. He,
Because you see, that would make him accountable.
I just forgot. It was a habit thing.
But that's the whole point of this whole exercise, is to form new habits. I told Guy to come up with a debt repayment plan that would take 1 year. He chose instead to do one that would take 3. effectively failing this challenge.
I wouldn't give back anything I have right now just to get rid of the debt. I'm where I want to be, and if it costs me more money and interest, so be it.
Did you do any gambling this week? Or are you out of the gambling business now?
Out of the gambling business.
You're sure?
Yes.
That was just 4 days ago when he last gambled, so I'm not really sure why he said it had stopped.
What did you not do with the baby because he went out with the boys?
We didn't take her swimming or go to the play area at all this weekend
Okay.
that we usually do.
You know what? Listen up. I'm not going to throw us into debt year after year.
Let's move on to your challenge for this week, which is a relationship rescue challenge. And what you're going to do is you're going to reverse roles. So I have a martini for you because you're going to be the guy this week. You have to go out 5 nights a week, incidentally. You get to stay home. What this means is, Julia, on night 1, you'll do some scrapbooking. And on night 2, you're going to go out and get your hair done. And on night 3, you're going to go drinking with the girls. And on night 4, you're going to do something sports related. And on night 5, you can choose your own adventure. Have a great time.
Thank you. It's the best challenge I ever saw.
It's not even a challenge. She's going to be out spending money with her friends. I'm going to be at home with the baby. Gail is penalizing me, like Julia tries to do, for having a social life. And I don't believe in it.
Guy and Julia are facing $60,000 of debt. As school teachers, they can take the summer off or make more money. And then he goes out and does what he wants, and then you get to bitch and complain about it.
Yeah, exactly.
How's this working for you?
Not well.
He's happy. He's getting everything he wants. Usually, Julia saves money while Guy blows it on sports and nights out with the boys. So this week, they're reversing roles. Julia has been denying herself any kind of entertainment. So this week, I'm giving her $300 to go out and have some fun, the equivalent of what Guy spends in a month.
The entertainment one won't work for me this summer. What's in the jar for a month is about a round of golf.
Very frustrating. Hear some of the comments he makes about things being unrealistic. He thinks he deserves everything.
I wanted Gail to come in here and, tell Julia to, lighten up a bit, take it easy. It's not the end of the world spending a little bit of money here and there. But she took Julia's side.
It's almost as though I was right. You don't want to say I told you so, but I told him so. This is my Gail nail. Here's $75 for a night out with the girls. You want another one? We'll get us 6 more. Thank you, Gail.
I had hoped my intervention would make a difference. But this month, Guy hasn't made much of an effort to change, while Julia has worked hard. I wanted to find a way to reward her without putting any more money in his hands. Your hair looks great.
Thank you.
What else did you do that was fun?
I signed up for an ultimate frisbee league.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so that'll be lots of fun.
Yeah. Now, I did notice when I went through your bank statement, there was a withdrawal that it was over the jar amount.
That's when I send Guy to do a job. He takes extra out.
If you go to the bank to take out $280, why take out $300?
I forget why.
You just made something up, Guy.
I promise there was a good reason.
Yeah, good reason.
Well, I don't wholeheartedly agree.
When I got here, you were overspending by $2,900 a month and heading to $608,000 worth of debt. In my budget, I have $1,000 a month for debt repayment. Your consumer debt will be gone in 3 years. However, you will still have $50,000 worth of consolidated debt to the house. Mm-hmm. So you will not have dealt with that at all.
That's great.
That's just what you wanted.
I think we're on board with doing whatever we can to make it even shorter, so.
It's funny that you say that, because from my perspective, you bucked the system the whole way. You have a boy child on your hands, and you have all my sympathy, okay? He's casting you in the role of mother, and you watch him.
Well, I have to.
And manage him. You think that's part of your job as his partner. But I'm here to tell you that the marriage won't last. I think what you need to do is you need to either accept him for who he is and stop with the whining, okay? Just, this is Guy, and Guy's never gonna change, and you love him, and that's what you're willing to put up with for the rest of your life, or not, in which case you build that firewall to protect yourself. Okay, so I have for you a check for $1,000.
Why is that?
Remember me saying at the beginning, it's not just about doing the challenges, it's also about having the right attitude? Mm-hmm. So you definitely don't have the right attitude. I do have for you an educational fund for Delilah.
Thank
for
you.
$2,000.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
I
You
appreciate
can't spend that.
it. I wouldn't think of it.
Maybe not in that form. In this form, however, I think you would think of it.
No, I could have faked it the whole time if you wanted me to, but
She basically told me my choices, but I don't like either of those choices. So I'm gonna take a third choice, which is that Guy is gonna work with me and improve. So
who gave you that choice?